So there's this YouTuber named Styxhexenhammer666, and he did a video. It's a little old. It's from December of last year, but it's supposed to be a refutation of left-wing libertarianism. And I just want to respond to it and give my general thoughts. Now, of course, left-wing libertarianism, particularly social democracy, which is what I subscribe myself to, is the crazy idea that the government should control everything. Wait, no it isn't. It's instead the idea that we should have some things controlled by the government and some things controlled by the private sector. And even what's controlled by the government can have private alternatives. I mean, I don't care. There are some social democrats who believe that, you shouldn't be able to get private health care. I'm not one of them. I believe there should be a single-payer option. But if you want to go to a private hospital, go to a private college, I don't care. That's your fault, not mine. Now, really, the main disagreement me and Styxhexenhammer have is where the government has its place. He says that the government should not be able to impose moral laws, which is odd because I thought the left was all about feelings. But here's the problem with that. Social democracy is not specifically saying it's all morals. What it is saying is, look at what Europe's doing, it's succeeding. And that's the main thing. That's the main thing, by the way. We're talking about socially democratic countries. We're not talking, Venezuela or communism. None of us are. I'm not a communist. I'm not. A lot of people think, Stefan's an anarchist. Some people think I'm a communist. I'm not a communist. I don't think the private market should be completely abolished. I think that there should be private things out there. But I don't believe healthcare or universities are some of them. I believe there should be public options to all of them. And throughout the video, he doesn't even really debunk left-wing libertarianism. He just sort of says that the government will grant too much power. Now, here's the thing. I don't necessarily disagree with him on that. However, me and him have very different definitions on what's too much power. And this is the problem. It's very vague and goes to this nebulous concept of morality. Now, morality, I know I'm going to sound kind of insane with saying this, but morality is entirely subjective. Let's be real here, it is entirely subjective. And Stefan says in the video he finds it immoral for countries, or at least he heavily implies he finds it immoral for the government to take more than they need. He doesn't even really define what they need. He said the basic necessities, but again, me and him have different definitions of it. And he really goes to this moral vacuum, and it just kind of comes out confusing. I recommend actually kind of watching the video, since most of it is more spent saying what type of libertarian he is, as opposed to actually debunking left-wing libertarianism. In fact, more of it's spent saying that he is not an anarcho-capitalist, and this spent saying, hey, left-wing libertarianism doesn't work. But anyway, that's just what I got. I don't know if that was just me. I'm Ephrom, and good night.